there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Rainbow Crush, which is a monochromatic monthly series that we do. It's also 30 days of sketches. This is the sketch that we are doing. It's from Kathy Bryce over at Kathy Loves to Scrap. I am focusing on that little circle in the bottom right hand corner with the flowers around it. I'm pretty much ignoring everything else, and that's kind of what I do with sketches. I just pick and choose the parts that I like, or the parts that work for my photos, or the parts that are calling me at that moment in time. And so that's what I'm doing. I printed off this watercolor floral wreath that I created using some images in Creative Fabrica. I will put a link down below for you for in case you're interested in that. It's actually several different florals that are put together to create the wreath. It's not a wreath that comes already pre-done. And as you can see, I've got several of the florals there that I have cut apart as well. So I did get a new printer. I'm super pleased with it so far. It came based on Tara's recommendation, who is the host of this monochromatic hop called Rainbow Crush. It is a Canon TS9521C. I got the CA version, which is about $100 cheaper. The basic difference is mine doesn't have Bluetooth, but it does have Wi-Fi. I don't think I need to run it off of Bluetooth anyway. Our Wi-Fi is really good at my house. And so to save $100, I just went ahead and ordered the one that ends in A. The awesome thing about this printer is it actually does print true 12 by 12 borderless right out of the box. And you guys may already know this if you watch Tara's channel or whatever, but I had no idea. And yeah, I have struggled getting a true 12 by 12 out of my large format printer, which actually does print 13 by 19. I can get a 12 by 12 on 13 by 19 paper, but I cannot get a 12 by 12 on 12 by 12 paper. It's just a limitation of many of the large format printers. So if you're looking for something that prints borderless 12 by 12, this is an excellent printer. You can see the print quality here. I thought it was fantastic. So what I thought I would do was I would print my wreath, and then I would use it on my scan and cut it out and create my layout. But what happened was I forgot to turn the registration marks on. And so I printed it on the 12 by 12 as large as I could. And then I remembered, oh, I need the registration marks. So I printed it again, slightly smaller, with the registration marks out as far as I could possibly put them. But then the optical eye on my scan and cut didn't pick them up because they were too far out. So I had to shrink it down just a bit more and print it again a third time. And then the registration marks were readable by my Silhouette machine. I ran it through my Silhouette machine and it cut it out for me. And that's how I got so many layers. So what I decided to do was to go ahead and use the first one that I printed, and then I'm putting the second one right on top, and I'm just rotating it a bit so it doesn't look like it's just trying to be aligned. I did take the whole thing over to my sewing machine. I put a navy blue stitch all the way around the outside of the bottom sheet. And then I used a die from All in Create to create that centerpiece there. It is actually two dies. So one of them is on a metallic navy blue paper and one is on a navy blue that doesn't have any metallic to it. And so I went ahead and ran that through my sewing machine with a white stitch, kind of following the lines of the dies. So that one does not have like perfectly circular stitching on it, and that is by design. It is really following the lines of the dies. And the photo that I have here is the oldest of the three kids I take care of. This is her spring photos from her school, and I thought it was really cute. Her favorite color is blue, and that is the theme for this month's Rainbow Crush, is to go with blue. So I went ahead and did everything in blue. And I love monochromatic layouts. I have such fun doing them. And she loved this layout. I actually already gave it to her and she was like, this is so amazing. I just love it so much. And it's all blue, my favorite. So yeah, she was loving it. So I did pull out some foam to put behind the top layer of the wreath that is fussy cut out on from my Silhouette. And The foam that I'm using is pretty thin because I didn't want it to be super, super bulky. I am going to add an acrylic title to it from Colorcast Designs. It's an older title that I've had in my stash for quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to this layout as well. And it is blue. And so I didn't want to add too much of the dimension in other areas because I know the acrylic is already going to add a bit of dimension. Also, the frame that is around her photo is chipboard, so that's already adding a bit of dimension. And so, yeah, I just am trying to eliminate it where I can and only add it where it's going to be needed to give it the most bang for its buck. So I'm liking the way that it's looking so far. And I'm really happy with it, you guys. I'm really, really happy with this one. It came together really quickly. As you can tell, my video is only barely 11, not even 11 minutes. And it flew together really fast. Once I got everything printed, it was the printing that took the longest, and not because the printer was slow. It was just because of my own failings of remembering, oh yeah, I wanted to run this through my machine and have it cut out because I didn't want to sit there and have to fussy cut it out, and that was me being lazy. And also my printer was brand new, so I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do it. In case you're wondering about the paper, the paper is Koala brand 12 by 12 matte photo paper, and it is matte double-sided photo paper, so you don't even have to worry about which way you put it through your printer. It is the same either way. And it prints really well. It's very clear. The images come out really great. I can't even say enough good things about it. And I will put a link to these items down below, including the blue images that I'm using, the floral images, the dye, as well as the printer and the paper. And I did take a label and I cut it in half. Actually, the label was already cut in half. I didn't cut it in half for this particular layout. I probably cut it in half for a different layout. So I decided to tuck that in up top there. And it's just going to have that it was the date, spring 2026. It's not going to have anything super exciting written on it. There's no big story to tell or anything like that. But I really like the way that the label looks peeking out up there, and I thought that was a great place to put those few details. And then I did measure how thick my foam needed to be to have my flower here popped up to be the same dimension as that acrylic title. And then the heart from the center of the O, I put it over to the right hand side of the photograph. I'm also writing in a navy blue Muji pen, which is just great. I love my Muji pens, and the navy blue ink is beautiful, so that's what I'm using. And then I went to my stash of sequins, and I am using some navy blue and silver sequins to go ahead and scatter about in my embellishment areas. While I do that, don't forget to check out links down below to Tara's Facebook group and the rest of the people playing along with Rainbow Crush. All of that's down below. You are also welcome to join in on that if you're interested in. Like I said, the link to her Facebook group is down below, so you can find out more information on that. And then the link for 30 Days of Sketches is also down below. I know this is not at all like what Kathy's sketch looked like, but like I said, I just picked that one section to use, and it inspired me to do a floral wreath, so that was kind of cool and exciting. And you can find a whole bunch of other people playing along with 30 Days of Sketches using Kathy's actual sketch, or the whole sketch maybe, or maybe different parts of the sketch, and be inspired by that using the playlist link down below. So all of those are there for your convenience. I pulled out a second set of sequins, and I'm just adding a few more little ones here and there. Some of my sequins were a little bit stuck together. I don't know if that's part of the manufacturing process, because sometimes 2 or 3 of them will get stuck right on top of each other, just like they were when they were manufactured. But every once in a while, I'll find one that had a little glue on it, and maybe I decided not to use that one, and I stuck it back in the in the plastic baggie, and then it's stuck to the other ones. So that I'm kind of fiddly with them, trying to make sure I get the colors that I want, because some of the sequins, they look like they might be silver, but they are actually more iridescent. So I was kind of being picky there. But that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you have questions or comments, as always, leave them down below. Eventually, I will get caught up with those and respond. I hope that you enjoyed watching how I changed up this sketch, and you know, make your sketch work for you. So don't be afraid to go and do something a little bit different. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.